Apostle, meaning one who is sent. Do you know who the 12 apostles of Jesus were? Can you name them one by one? Well, we know that Simon Peter was called the Rock, while Matthew was a tax collector and John was called the Beloved. But do you know who replaced Judas Iscariot as an apostle of Jesus after he betrayed Jesus? Or do you know who among the apostles was considered an architect? And finally, would you know who among the apostles did Jesus call first to be his apostle? Madayao, this is Mitch Fernandez from the Holy Trinity community here in Davao City. Welcome to Pathways of Hope.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Now during those days, he went out to the mountain to pray, and he spent the night in prayer to God. And when day came, he called his disciples and chose 12 of them, whom he also named apostles: Simon, whom he named Peter, and his brother Andrew, and James, and John, and Philip, and Bartholomew, and Matthew, and Thomas, and James son of Alphaeus, and Simon, who was called the Zealot, and Judas son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. He came down with them and stood on a level place, with a great crowd of his disciples and a great multitude of people from all Judea, Jerusalem, and the coast of Tyre and Sidon. They had come to hear him and to be healed of their diseases, and those who were troubled with unclean spirits were cured. And all in the crowd were trying to touch him, for power came out from him and healed all of them. The Gospel of our salvation.
In today's Gospel, the 12 apostles of Jesus were selected and called by him. But take note that before he did so, Jesus spent the night praying for wisdom and guidance. After all, these 12 were to work closely with him during his 3 years of ministry, and after that, spread the gospel throughout the world. Prayer first. And we are taught to do the same, to pray and seek God first before we do anything, especially before we make an important decision, to ask for his wisdom and guidance and bring us in the right direction. And of course, the result would be something beautiful, something for our best, for the good of all, for the glory of God. Second, the 12 apostles were just regular people, fishermen, tax collectors, sinners. Nothing fancy about them. Yet, Jesus chose them because Jesus looked beyond the obvious. They were ordinary people who did extraordinary work by the power of the Holy Spirit. Their lives were transformed and they laid the foundation of Christianity in the world. And just like them, we too have been called, yes, you and me, by the virtue of our baptism, to love God and to make him loved, to live transformed lives that will show the goodness of God and remain steadfast and committed to his teachings, to tell others about him, even in simple ways like sharing this reflection. Take heart, for whom God calls, he equips. So, going back to my earlier questions, who replaced Judas Iscariot as an apostle? That would be Saint Alphaeus. And who was the first apostle whom Jesus called? That would be Andrew. And finally, who was said to be an architect among the apostles? That would be Saint Nathaniel, also called Bartholomew. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful day.